Hello friends and enemies, welcome to or back to Happy for Now. It's me Isabel here with a try chapter video. I'm really trying to do these more often. I actually have a couple more scheduled still already through the year with themes. One of the themes is books off my bookshelves, so that'll help. But I'm here and I decided to do a try chapter because last month there was a free ebook day for books featuring fat characters. So I ended up with 22. 22. I took all of them. So I was like, okay, we have to do a try chapter like in April. Like, it's mandatory. So here are the 22 books I got. I'm gonna like put up graphics with them. I'm not gonna list them all, but I did this a little differently because I had 22 books and I kind of just had to pick out of them. Picked 11 of them out of the 22. I will say one of them I have read off of this list, so I'm actually down more than I originally thought I would be for this project, so that's great because one of them was a 28-page novella. And when I realized that, I picked a different book. This list is everything I've, like I said, picked up during this free day, and honestly I'm really glad I did because I did find some wins. But I did a random number generator, so I just opened Google and had it pick 1 through 22, and then I ended up having May pick a random number because the generator kept giving me numbers I already picked. She also gave me a number I already picked another one. We found a replacement because, again, that little novella got picked, of course, and I was like, oh, that's not gonna work. So the ones I'm reading in this video and will be timestamped down below are Connor, Mesmerized by the Mothwoman, Every Version of You, A Vow for the Vamp, Just for the Cameras, The Widow of Fortune, Taken by the Alien Rogue, Feathers from the Sky, Power Play, Zero Fox Given, and Fat Witch Summer. So I'm gonna go try a chapter of all of these and I will come back to let you know what I think after this. First, I'm reading Connor, and I just read the first paragraph. We have our heroine starting her first day at the job, which is at the hockey team, it sounds. So I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna read the first chapter, but first paragraph, I'm curious. I don't know that I would have read this first if I had done like the way I did the other ones, but because I had so many to pick from, obviously this is kind of how it all fell. But yeah, I'm gonna read the rest of this chapter, which it says only have 3 minutes, so I'll be back very soon. Finish the first chapter. They have a very awkward meeting. Basically, he thinks she's looking for tickets for the games or something, and he gets her number. And now they're going to meet the team, it seems, so that's gonna be funny. I do need to know her name is Sasha Malouf, and I just cannot with that last name. That's so silly. It's so funny. I'm sure it's somebody's last name, but I don't know. It feels weird for a character in a book. I'm not really sure where this is landing. I probably will try and read it because this whole series has plus size heroines for hockey players, and I am a sucker for a plus size hockey player situation for fat girls with hockey players. Like, I love those setups. So yeah, that's where we're at right now with Connor. I'm really unsure right now. I will say it does hit some of my least favorite things, which is when a character works for the team social media, because I can enjoy it and I do sometimes, but sometimes it's also eye roll worthy as someone who has done social media for businesses before. So there's that. But yeah, I'm intrigued enough that I probably will continue this one at some point. On to the next. First paragraph of Mesmerized by the Mothwoman. Very cute. It is the same setup as the other one I've read in the series, which is that their phone dings suddenly with a new notification from an app they've never heard of. Okay, so first chapter, Mesmerized by the Mothwoman, has me very intrigued. I might actually read it this week that this video goes up. Because yeah, that was really cute and fun. So we have a very romantic hero, it seems. He seems to be the cinnamon roll type. We open with him hanging out with his sister and his nephew. Very cute, very cute. And then him obviously getting the app and opening it and going from there. So very interesting in my opinion as far as setup goes. And then also his like entire thing is just that he wants to experience love and be loved. So I'm kind of sold. And he works nights at a popular bar in Nashville. So like the setting also works because like she's Mothwoman, so she's nocturnal. So this feels like the right setup for that. Yeah, very intrigued. Just started Every Version of You. There's a prologue, so I just read all of the prologue and then I'll read the first chapter. We'll count the prologue as the first paragraph. This is cute. It is their first meeting as children, and he's new at the school and ends up with a locker next to her, and she just kind of like grabs his hand and is like, come on, you're gonna sit next to me. It's very sweet. And now we're flashing forward to current day. Also, very funny to me, the content warnings in this are like, these are gonna sound like this is a dark romance. It is not a dark romance, and they literally are like dark romance content warnings. There is like dubious, there's like consent, non-consent and stuff, so that's really funny to me, but also has me intrigued. So yeah, all right, I'm gonna read the first chapter. I'll be right back. Okay, just finished Every Version of You. Very intrigued, very, very intrigued. This seems fun. So I read the prologue and then I read the first chapter, right? Or the first chapter, and they partied a little too hard, and she wakes up in his bed after a near kiss that results in a lot of panic at this housewarming party. I'm intrigued. I do think I want to read this probably sooner than later. So it might be on my May TBR. But yeah, I am very intrigued at this point on that one. Okay, so I had to swap out this choice, a little behind the scenes for you, because I realized the one I'd picked is a novella that is 15 minutes to read. So we pulled it off the list, and I had May pick a number, and we landed on this one, which is A Vow for the Vamp. And I read the first paragraph, and I'm indifferent right now. It is the start of a vampire series, so we'll see. It starts in New York. The vampires seemingly frustrated for having moved to the city, so I think that's kind of funny. But yeah, I'm gonna keep reading. I only have 4 minutes left in this to finish the first chapter, so I'll be back. Okay, so I just finished A Vow for the Vamp, volume 1, chapter 1. I don't know. I think this one's going in the maybe. I'm really not sure. It ends with her and this guy like going off together because he doesn't fall for her like compulsion like he's supposed to. So that's interesting. Yeah, that's interesting. I don't hate it, but I don't love it. So I think it's a maybe right now. I have read this author before, and I read Gaga for the Gargoyle by her, which was fine. So I also am not like opposed to giving this author another shot, but it's also not hitting like a, yes, this is what I need right now. So it's going to be a maybe. I don't think I'm going to unhaul it yet. I'm going to check if it's in KU. I think it is. And if it is, I might unhaul it and just put it on my KU wish list. So I'm going to confirm that and then make a decision. Okay, so I read the first paragraph and then I just continued straight through for the cameras. My God, that is a steamy open. So basically they're boning on the couch and then they hear keys in the door. So their roommate's showing back up. Your girl's intrigued. I'm very, very intrigued. So we'll see. We'll see if I read this one sooner than later. I didn't realize that it was that steamy immediately. So I have to be in the mood for that. Sometimes I'm in the mood for that. And this is going on that list of pick this one up next. So very, very intrigued. Okay, I'm about to run errands, but I did just read the first chapter of The Widow something or other. Widow of Fortune. I deleted it. I already deleted it. I was kind of bored, honestly, in that first chapter. We open with our monster having lost their lover, and then we kind of move forward, and he sees a person mourning, and that's his mate, and they see him on the way back. But like, I didn't feel like I got enough of like what kind of monster he was or anything, nor enough intrigue to make me want to keep reading it. So I just said goodbye to it. That's the whole point of these. So that's a win. We got one off the list for sure. But I read that one. Feelings. So there we have it. Okay, so I just finished chapter 1 of Taken by the Alien Rogue. I kind of just got sucked in, so I kept going instead of updating you like I was supposed to. And yes, we're back in the office. It's fine. I'm keeping this on my TBR. I enjoyed it. I really need to go on a little alien romance marathon at some point soon, because honestly, I love them and I haven't been reading them enough. But I enjoyed this. Our heroines is Hazel, and she volunteered to be part of the program, but cryo frozen in her sleep, and then on a planet with no translator, or on a ship with all these other aliens she used no translation chip for. So that was fascinating. They were told they were going to like kind of an uninhibited place when they were unfrozen from the year 2123. So yeah, I'm intrigued. It's blue alien men that are buff and mercenaries. I mean, what's not to love? That's a Peace tale. Yeah, I liked this one. It is staying on my TBR. On to the next. Also, I need to note, I like this one for the fact that it feels like other alien romances I've read, which is a good thing and not a bad thing necessarily, but it is a very like specific thing. And if you're not looking for kind of something that feels similar to other ones, it may not be for you. But for me right now, that actually sounds kind of fun. Okay, so Feathers from the Sky. I just read the then chapter, like a prologue situation. That includes a pretty violent car crash, so keep that in mind. And then I just read the first paragraph of chapter 1, which is from Gwen, who I'm assuming we also were reading from in the other chapter. She is tipsy and going into her room with another lady to have a fun time. So I'm very, very curious where this is going. So far the writing's fine. I don't know a ton genre-wise about this. I thought it was a fantasy romance, so I'm really curious if this is like an isekai where she travels to another time and place. So we're gonna find out. Okay, so I just finished the first chapter of Feathers from the Sky, and this is paranormal, so I'm keeping it on my TBR because I'm curious. It is vampire. It appears her family is vampire hunters, but we didn't know that yet. Like none of that has happened yet. So there's that. Yeah, I'm intrigued. It's gonna go on my maybes list, which right now I only have 2. So like that feels really good. You know? Like that feels okay to me. So yeah, I'm gonna put it on the maybes because I think I'd like to read another chapter or 2 before I make a decision on it. And so yeah, that's where it's gonna land. For now, writing wise, I didn't like it. I enjoyed it. I like that our heroine has a support system immediately in this. Because, you know, she's lost a bunch of people, and we get some drama about her ex-best friend and ex-boyfriend hooking up and all this stuff, which was juicy as always. So yeah, I'm intrigued. But I haven't gotten enough of the paranormal yet to know how I feel. So with 1 chapter in, it's a maybe. All right, just started Power Play. First paragraph, first sentences or so, because it opens on a quotation. Fine, I don't have any big thoughts, but I'm going to keep going because I'm really intrigued since this is an MMF hockey romance, which I do love. I love that pairing, so always a good time. All right, I'll be right back. Okay, so I just finished the first chapter of Power Play. I'm intrigued. We open on a preseason game, rituals, all that stuff. Our character here, Diego's best friend, is wifed up now and will no longer be his buddy, and then apparently his rival of sorts on the team is now single, and it's MMF, so obviously that's where we're headed. I'm curious. It's gonna go in my maybes. I feel like, again, I have to read a couple more chapters to see what I think. So far, I like the writing. It's very readable. It's very fun. I like, obviously, the idea of it, but I need to read more to see what I think, because it didn't give me the immediate hockey pull-in that I usually get in my hockey books, which is concerning, but not. Like, I think I will like it, so I'm going to continue it at some point. It's going in the maybe pile, though, because there is a chance I'll DNF it. I don't know. Something, I'm like, this really, it feels very, like, in the middle of a book I either would devour or DNF very, very quickly, so it goes in the maybe pile. Okay, 0 Fox Given, another baby. Okay, this feels good. This feels like, okay, I'm not just continuing to keep everything on my DBR. But, so I just read the first chapter. Our hero is a wheelchair-bound fox. His family estate has been left to him, and it's struggling. And it is a distillery and a pub and all this stuff. So it's struggling, and they're, he's trying to figure out how to not make it struggle, and has signed some contracts and things and has to very quickly turn a profit, basically, so that he can survive and live still. I'm intrigued. It has a great first opening paragraph about drinking whiskey in the morning and that not being a normal practice for him. And yeah, I read like a snippet of chapter 2. Chapter 1 is so quick that I feel like it's on the maybe list because I need to read more from both perspectives, like from both POVs, to make a decision. But initial writing, I'm intrigued. I'm interested. I love a setup like this where they're childhood friends who are reunited after a long time. And also a lot is on the line as far as stakes for our conflict. So I do enjoy that a lot. All right, on to the last book. Okay, I've started Fat Witch Summer. That first paragraph where Thrash becomes a witch in the bathroom. Very engaging, very cute. I enjoyed that. It made me giggle. I'm gonna keep reading and see what I think, but I did feel like that was a really strong, like, open first paragraph. Okay, chapter 1 of Fat Witch Summer. Very cute. I'm very intrigued. I'm going to read this summer. This feels like a great June read. It is a cozy young adult witch romance, it seems. I'm assuming it has a bit of a romance. But yeah, they're going on an adventure. I will say this. I think the setup for the world, it's the US, but remapped into 13 states. And it kind of talks about them coming here from Europe to colonize and set these things up. And their interactions with the indigenous peoples of America and all that. And like that, the founding of like the world here, I'm super duper intrigued. So I'm going to read this summer. It's staying on my list. Yes, it's YA, but it's the kind of YA I like. They're going on an adventure. They're going on a road trip across the country to New Salem University. And there's some reasoning and stuff there. And yeah, this was very cute. The cover's adorable. So I'm not surprised this was as cute as it was. But I'm excited to see what I think of it, honestly. I think this is one that feels like something I would really, really enjoy. So I'm very excited to read more. I'm also just really intrigued again by the world, the way the magic system's seemingly set up so far. I will note our heroine, Thrash, is mourning the loss of one of her moms. So that is definitely probably going to be a key component here because her mom has died. One of her moms has died. So yeah. Okay, y'all. So I felt like that was very productive. I'm proud of myself for removing one from my TBR because it just was not working for me. And I'm also really excited to read more of these. All right, so everything I'm keeping is here, and that is probably a surprise. I'm a little surprised by where I landed. We have 6 books from the reads that are for sure staying on my TBR, which is Connor, Mesmerized by the Mothwoman, Every Version of You, Just for the Cameras, Taken by the Alien Rogue, and Fat Witch Summer, which I'm surprised at how much I liked the YA title, but I'm also not. It definitely has a lot of things I tend to love in it. And then my maybes, we have 4. So we have A Vow for the Vamp, Feathers from the Sky, Power Play, and Zero Fox Given. So those 4 have moved into my maybe folder. And then The Widow of Fortune has moved into my no thank you folder / delete folder. Yeah, that's where we're at. I do not regret deleting that one by any means. I think I made the great choice for doing so. And then the other thing is I did read Cat Got Your Tongue, which is, like I said, a 28-page novella. It was fine. For a freebie, it was fine. It was a lot of vibes. And I'm here for that sometimes. So it hit the spot. But yeah, I feel really good about this one. I think I surprised myself. I will say that. I was concerned I would get through this one for a minute and everything would be staying on my TBR. But I think of all the maybes, I'm most expecting to really like Power Play once I read more of it. I just don't think that first chapter gave me enough of a taste at the end of the day. So there's that. But yeah, I'm proud of myself. I'm happy to see myself actually, you know, deleting things off of my Kindle when I do these try chapters. So yeah, let me know if you have theme ideas or things you would like to see me focus on for another try chapter. Like I said, I'm going to do one soon with physical books on my bookshelves that I haven't read so that I can determine if I want to unhaul them or not. So I don't have a ton, but I figured that would be a good way to get through a portion of these that I have that are unread. Let me know your thoughts if you have other theme ideas. Have you done a try chapter recently? Did you have a theme? Did you just pick books randomly? Has it helped you curate your reading list as well? Let me know. If you don't do any of that, you can leave me a soda emoji because I'm staring at my Diet Coke and I cannot wait to have some of it. You can do that down below. And I will have links to all these books for you, links to my friend anywhere on the internet, and I will talk to y'all in just a few days. Bye!
already packing. Come with me, I'm not really asking. We'll get away to a place where we don't know. About to see the world in action, what we can be, life with no distractions. We'll get away, this is what we waited for.